golden chances we created, the spot hits we missed, and the shortest man on the field equalizing at that time. It's not the best of moments. But then that's the game. It has ended. They have carried us up to where we are now. And I always say this. The same players are putting us the 55 points. And we are 9 points adrift, the one behind us. So, as a coach, you don't chastise them. You don't say things that are unpleasant to them. Because there are 6 more games to go. And I need them to switch on. I need them to stay positive. I need them to stay confident. I need them to have that belief in themselves. So I've told them it's game over. What we have to do is to get ready for our training program for the week and make sure that our next game will get the maximum points.
Your name, media house.
Michael, no take it. Coach. 2 games at Barbara Sports Stadium without a win. How do you summarize your feeling? Are you sad, angry, worried? How do you feel?
I wouldn't. I mean, it's a game that we played well. We got the chances. We just couldn't win. And to me, I mean, it's something that I've accepted, and I'm moving on. And I've told the players that we need to accept the reality and move on. So we have to make sure that our next games here, we do the right thing. You see, the interesting and the surprising thing is that we create all the chances in these games, and then we let the points go. They have to keep their heads up and make sure that the next games will get them as more points.
Coach, my name is Babaisa. I'm a party. First question. If Mbella doesn't score, meaning Kotoko is not ready, what's the problem? Besides that, Amankuna, on a scale of 1 to 10, how will you rate him?
And does it, Mbella scores because our game plan, he positions himself very well. And that is why most of the chances go to him. If he doesn't score, others score. We don't have a problem. Go through the score statistics for Kotoko. Moro Ibrahim has scored Odasio. It goes on and on and on. Yeah, but he has scored many of his goals. So it's not that when he doesn't score, we can't win. Infigi has also scored severally and he has assisted. So if he doesn't score, there are other equally competent players to also score. But he is more prolific comparative to the others. Quarter chances he can convert, half chances he can convert, full chances he can convert. Right. As for Amankuna, you say on a scale of what?
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Yeah, I don't want to put numbers there, but all that I can tell him, and all that we can tell him is that he's a good player, and he needs to back up his game. I said this some time ago when we went to your programs and what that, and probably discuss it. You see, the problem with our football, and it's not only about that gentleman, he's a fine player. I admired him so much when he was at Chelsea. Wafa, we played him and he was a tormentor. Even though when I was at Wafa, we won all our games against them, both home and away. He was a tormentor in chief. You see, the problem we have with our league is that, or the problem with some of you, is that we fail to tell players, when we are doing our analysis, we look at the lines of sensationalism, emotions. We don't look at the tactical ability of these players. Sometimes because we are being influenced, or sometimes because we like them. And when you do that, you make the job of the coach very difficult. Some of you even pick players, recommend them, and say they are good players. But chance will be cast will play away. No one power speed. Yeah, boxing. Yeah, athletics. Football is about skill, technique. If you look at it, it's skill, strength, and speed. So we need to also help so that we can improve upon our game. It's not about him that I'm talking about. It goes to all the league clubs and you generally. I mean, what I mean is stakeholders. Let us be realistic. Let us be realistic. Once we do that, our league will improve. The quality of the league will go up. And when the quality of the league goes up, our teams, when they go to Africa to compete, will also get to the final stages of the competition. But when you go to your station and you are talking about sensationalism, emotions, because you don't like the coach, because something, so you just have the ass at the radio station and you are chopping up the coach. But when you sit down to do critical analysis, you see that what you are saying, it doesn't come either here or there. That's why I don't listen to you people. When I finish my work.
So, in a summary, you were impressed about Stephen Amakona in Wafa game and game today?
Yeah, Wafa, he played well. Today he played well. He created those chances that he could have scored, which I think that is why you are asking me to put him on a radar screen. But you are the very people on your radio station who were saying that the coach didn't like him. So you see, you have shot yourself in the. You see, you know what? Like the politicians say, the economy will expose you. The economy will expose someone.
No, Baba, it's not no. Coach,
No. You see,
coach, that question is not going to be answered. I need to ask you to answer. So, Steve.
Coach, you're obviously not a happy man, considering from the fact that you started the game very well and you ended up conceding. In summary, would you say that you gifted Adriana a point and the fact that your main striker made 2 goals? That's from the sports league. Secondly, if you say that the media, to some point, will go on air, sensationalism, and maybe they don't like you.
No, it's not. I'm not saying about me.
Okay.
No. It's general.
Okay.
Just when I say you, I mean the coaches.
Absolutely.
So it can be my colleague Samuel Bwedu. It can be what do you call it? What's the name?
Zola.
Yeah, it can be anybody. That's when I say you. That is
Absolutely.
what I
Yeah,
mean.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Or the media is being influenced. If you make that assertion, don't you think it's sort of an indictment on the media?
No. When I say it's being influenced, I'm talking about the lines of emotionality. That is it. That's what I'm trying to mean.
Okay.
On the lines of emotionality.
Okay.
You see, I would prefer that if you pick a player A and you are talking about that player, you talk about tactics. That is it. Unfortunately for us, you don't have the software to do some of these things. So normally you talk through it. And interestingly enough, some of your colleagues even don't watch the matches, but they come and sit at the studio and talk about the match, talk about this player. So what are you talking about? What did you see that you are talking about? Let us be realistic, gentlemen. Thank you. I'm happy you are saying I am true. Thank you.
But you're not, you didn't answer.
What's the second part?
The other one was on Mbella.
And that,
I asked whether you think, in your opinion, you gifted Adriana a point.
yes, I think so. If you look at us in your preamble, your introductory statement, if you look at the way we played, the open chances we created, and he missing the spot kick, I think if those kicks have entered, the complexity of the game would have changed. If we had gotten the second goal, would have been more composed and more relaxed on the football play.
Coach, referring to us, 36 points, first round. Second round, after week 28, Mohamed in 19. So we'll do the summation at 6 matches, 18, 19, means 37. Looking at fixtures, means so it looks like saying, yeah, likely somebody I'm actually 18. When you say, is it your opponents are reading your tactics or league in the second round now difficult?
If you watch all the games we have played, I'm not sure it's about tactics, opponents reading our tactics. I've played all our opponents. The only game we had a bad day at the office was against Legon Cities. I mean, that was so obvious, and I said it. So it's not about opponents reading out. Look at, you won the game today. We dominated in every aspect. We just didn't convert our chances. And as you said, we should have gotten more points than we've gotten. But unfortunately, we've not gotten. I think issues of injuries have actually affected the team chemistry. I mean, trying to rotate the team on several occasions. And if you look at when we started, we kept to some level of consistency. We're keeping to one team, even though we're changing one or two players. But if you look at the second round, we've had a lot of rotations, and it's not helping us because of injuries. Some of them are managing to play, and it's not the best.
So take two more. Rich, take one, and then one person from this and take the last one.
Coach, for the first time this season, we played an entire 20 minutes. One change ground. So I don't know, because like further that players nowhere. Okay, for an answer, that was your plan for the game.
They were doing the right things on the field, defensively or offensively. Everybody was doing the right thing. So that was why I didn't make any change. Sometimes, I think I've said it here before, you can do a change for tactical reasons, or you can just do a change for sake of personnel. You just want somebody to come and play. So assuming we have gotten, let's say, the second spot kit and the third one in 3-0, what you do is to rest some limbs. So that one, not basically about tactics, but about personnel, some of them to come and have a feel of it. But I think tactically, we're good defensively and offensively. That was why. And I realized that the energy level too was high. Sometimes when the energy level of the player is low, you try to substitute. But all of them, their energy levels were high. And as close as I was in the technical area, seeing them, I saw determination in their faces. So I kept them on the field.
Coach, Coach, how disappointed are you? Because you already have two impressive records at your disposal. You are the first coach to win at Wafa and Roma Adriana Stars. And today, you were on the verge of winning Adriana Stars home and away. You blew that chance. How disappointed are you? And secondly, you have considered 17 goals, but 11 of them you considered at home. What is actually the problem?
Yeah, I mean, we could have made history today. I told the gentleman throughout the week, that was one of my key pre-training pep talk and post-training pep talk. I made them to understand how historic it was going to be to have a back-to-back win for the first time in the history between these two clubs. That unfortunately it didn't work, so we take it like that. The second one is about the goals we have conceded. Yeah, we've conceded a lot of goals here, which ideally when you are playing at home, you don't concede such goals. And if you look at some of the goals we have conceded, I think it's a matter of positional awareness. Look at the goal we conceded today. I mean, it's a corner kick. So if you look at the principles of defense in the penalty area, it's straightforward statement. Mark tight in the penalty area and keep your opponent in view. Mark tight in the penalty area and keep your opponent in view. Get closer to him, be behind him, let his back face you. And even if his front is facing you, because you are destroying and he is constructing, it's easier for you to head. We were there in our numbers. They never kept the opponent in view. He sneaked out, a simple gliding header, back of the net. So I think awareness has caused us some of these goals in Baba Yara.
So I'll give you the last shot. And then